Hey YouTube, this is Zach with Achilles Financial, and today we're going to be talking about MP Materials Corp. because today they fell pretty harshly based off of some research by Bonitas Research, which is a short seller group, and they announced information on Twitter as well as on their website. But we're going to be focusing on the Twitter information. What I want to highlight is the stock did recover quite a bit from where it ended up at the beginning of the day, and it is slightly up after hours, although the after hours moves I will attribute to the entire market trading a little bit higher today. What you can see is the stock over the past year has had two wild moves, one of which was based off of a Grizzly short report, a Grizzly Research Group, another short seller firm, and you can see that the stock dropped significantly from $40 to about $35 a share, or the $34 a share where it's at today after hours. Today, again, following overall weakness in the market as well as following weakness in the stock price that you see right here associated with that short seller report. All in all, the company has continued to have some crazy fluctuations as they continue to grow their revenue stream and continue to build profitably. So the reason why I want to call out MP in particular is because they did something a lot of short seller targeted firms don't normally do, and they responded nearly immediately via Twitter. So I expect the press statement to come out as well, but that information came out nearly immediately, whereas generally speaking, I'm of the opinion that if it takes longer for a company to provide feedback, that means they're normally trying to dig up some additional information to push away. So I'm, again, huge fan of short seller companies. I think that they uncover a significant amount of fraud. You just still have to be able to do your own due diligence when you're reading that feedback. And so I am a little biased as I, while not currently owning a position, am still long, or I am bullish on MP Materials. One of the things before we look at some of those reports is I do want to highlight that they are going to be announcing earnings on February 24th, which is actually going to be announcing full year results and fourth quarter results. And the 24th is also the date that STEM, another channel favorite, is going to be announcing earnings. So the question therefore is now a good time to buy on the stock. So I would highlight that from a valuation perspective, the price to earnings ratio is still 114. And while yes, you can pay for growth at this point in time, I would still highlight that the market is not necessarily rewarding growth at this point in time. They're rewarding immediate guidance and strong cash flows. So they do have the benefit that, unlike a few other stocks we cover on this channel, STEM being one of them, they are profitable right now. So they do have that benefit going. However, precious metals is something that is very speculative, and as such, there's still a lot of things up in the air. So let's take a look at some of that information from those short seller reports. So this information, I will link it in the description down below. This is Bonitas Research, and that's just my assumption of their spelling. I don't really know. And they're essentially highlighting that one of the key owners of Bonitas is MP, or there is a relationship there. I'm, again, going to be providing my version of a summary, but essentially they're saying that at the downfall of Shenghe or Shenghe, at the downfall of their profits, MP did really well last year. And in accordance with that, a lot of MP insiders dumped a significant amount of stock in the tune of 400 million. So there was an absolute ton that was chewed off. You can see that they have continued to see their profit collapse while MP did really well. And they also showcase economic feasibility of rare earth mining outside China, coming from a study from the Aachen University in Germany. Apologies for that pronunciation. But it's important to note that from that, they essentially said Mountain Pass, where other companies have failed, did not do well, and they don't expect this company to do well either. So it's a little bit of fraud, as well as highlighting some of the disappointing results from the Chinese company that they are working with. So there's a lot to unpack here. Again, do your own due diligence. I thought that the report was well written. However, again, we saw an immediate feedback loop from MP. So you can see that this information came out here. They talk about Shenghe being a distributor, and they are a price taker. So again, immediate feedback. It came out less or really a few hours after market open. This is very, very good. They talk about shipping containers that they returned and then it was sent back. So it's very well written in that it came back nearly immediately. So they're going to go more in depth on 224, which does buy them time to respond to any of their additional information. But all in all, I think that it did the company did very well in terms of their response. The question will be going forward is, can they respond to all of the criticism and can they point to a profitable future? Again, in anything with precious metals or heavy metals or anything along those lines, the company is only as valuable as what they have out of the ground. And in the case of this company, where there's been so much speculation on what's in the ground, I would continue to hold that true of, you need to be looking at inventory. You need to be looking at what they're expecting to be producing as they begin to be providing concentrates and providing additional services from their facility in Mountain Pass. It's going to be important to continue to watch the company continue to develop. As such, we'll continue to watch it and see how that they perform. But all in all, I think that now is a good time if you really like the stock to nibble. I'm a big fan of dollar cost averaging. I don't think that it makes sense to go in size on the stock. I will be evaluating it, but it's not something that I'm looking to necessarily buy at this point in time, just because I think the market overall still may have some more punishment in store. But if you like the company, I think that now is a good time to buy based off of prior time periods and stock prices. Just recognize that I am by no means a financial advisor. I'm just some guy on YouTube. And if you find this guy on YouTube's content helpful, please leave a like and subscribe, as it really helps the channel to grow. Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.